supposed to be cool. You somebody who I believe believes in me.
Right.
And I don't believe that you're asking your white friends, don't let me down, or you know what I'm saying? When you give, come on, man, like how, and then I'd ask, how could I let you down? What did you mean by that? Instead of just letting my mind run on a tangent. And they were like, well, I want to see what they're going to come up with. And was it going to be something legit I could agree with? Or was this person possibly working through a struggle with stereotypes that maybe I could help them with?
Sorry, we're a little bit late today. It's been amazing, and it's been an adventure every day talking to new people, but sometimes I'm actually getting to talk to people that are not in the same time zone as me, so that's been different as far as, communicating and things of that nature. But I do have the Miss Oregon coming to join me tonight. She's an entrepreneur, philanthropist, public speaker. She's the founder of a few organizations from what I saw on her page today. And so I'm excited to get to talk to her and pick her brain about a few things that I think she could really give me some insight on tonight. This is connecting. Hey.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm like in the middle of moving, so you got to preview all my boxes.
I was like, oh.
She's like, what is this? It's life. How are you?
I'm doing great, honey. How are you doing?
I'm moving in the middle of the Rona, and that's crazy. The whole system of how everything goes is different than anything I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
It's just all crazy right now.
I was at Paris Theater tonight, and I had so much anxiety. Everyone had masks on, and there were so many people there. I was just like, I got to get out.
Yeah, those masks are so bad for your health too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they restrict your breathing, and it can lower your immune system and heighten your possibilities of actually getting sick from the corona. It's not good to wear them all the time. Your body's used to getting a certain amount of germs, a certain amount of things. And if you stay in your house all the time and, you're scared, stress lowers your immune system, not sleeping. We're social beings, and even our immune system is a social, part of us. And so it's used to certain things. So like you actually lower your immune system and then cut off and restrict your breathing and your oxygen, which heightens your susceptibility to actually getting sick. So yeah, we just try to keep it clean. Boom, right there. There's a lot of scientific facts with these masks that they're not saying. Yeah, it's not good. It can make you more susceptible to actually getting the coronavirus. It's not, if you don't have the virus, you should not be wearing a fucking mask 24 hours a day or every single time you leave. And you should absolutely go visit family and get those good germs on you, because you don't want to try to purify your immune system. Like, take your ass outside.
That's
like my dog just did.
Perspective. I haven't heard anyone say that yet, not to wear the mask. So that's a different perspective on that.
Well, I mean, I be reading a bunch of science shit though. Hey, Sammy.
So I wanted to
go. So where are you at? I thought you was on the West Coast, girl.
I'm about to introduce myself. I go by Ms Bliss, and we have this Bliss Talk where I like to pick people's brain. I like to have like a 30-minute inspiring conversation with someone that's just been going steady with their purpose. And you, entrepreneur, philanthropist, public speaker, I cannot wait to pick your brain tonight. And me, I'm in Greensboro. I'm a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur as well. Yes. And so I'm going to actually... I like
Greensboro. That's the first place I ever had fish and grits. Alpoco Don. Alpoco Don is from there, and he got like Instagram famous for a minute for making like a beat on the porch and rapping Capello. And he had got signed to Jeezy's label and stuff, and I went out there to visit his family, and they hooked me up with some fish and grits, and I've been addicted ever since.
I know that's right, girl.
I was like, this is what's up.
Fish or grits person, but
together, that shit's amazing.
Yes. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Are you ready?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm ready.
That was the wrong answer. You're supposed to say, yes, I'm ready. Let's get it. I promise they won't be too hard, but I've been taking a look at your page, and I have some questions that I really want to know the answer to, and I think that you have some great insight, that you are probably going to have some great insight on these questions. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what thing did you find hard to gain access to on your journey?
Money. I noticed that a lot of people that are doing, because I throw events, and I noticed that a lot of other women-owned cannabis businesses here in Oregon and other places, but my focus is Oregon, right? Because that's where I'm at for right now. I noticed that they were getting a lot more help financially from sponsorships, and people wanted to be sponsorships for my events, but they wanted to do more in-kinds, or like, oh, we'll just come, but we're not going to actually put dollars behind you. And I noticed a lot of that, like they want their face to look diverse and their brand to look diverse, but they're not really with putting money behind Black women-owned businesses. That was definitely something that was, and still is.
I wanted to do that because I feel like a lot of us, we see the big picture, but we come into contact with these obstacles, you know? And so it helps to talk to someone who has maybe gone through that obstacle too. And hey, how did you get over that? You know? So your obstacle was, you said it was hard to gain access to money. So what was one of the first things that you had to do in order to maneuver through that?
Kind of MacGyver-ish type shit, girl. Like I piece together things and figure out what I can do for free and make happen for free. And if companies don't offer me money, I don't turn them away. I'm okay in kinds. I just am vocal about, I see your ass. I see. Don't want to do for me, but you gonna do for Becky though. You know what I'm saying? Like I see that shit. And so, you know, I don't have time to talk about it because they know what they're doing. And when they invite me onto their stages, I talk about this right here. What the fuck they doing? And so it's like doing it. You think, I don't know what these people are thinking, but I hope that, you know, they'll listen enough to where changes can be made. Because I think for some people, it's a trust issue. And a lot of I felt like white businesses have never, not all, right? But some people, let's say, haven't been in a position to place themselves to where they had to put a lot of money in someone of color's hands. And you know, that's what they're going to do with it. I actually had a sponsor this last year for the national convention. I had hit them up and said, hey, I'm finishing a documentary. I need $500 more to be able to give to my director because he's got to drive down here. I got to give the man something. He's got to do a lot of work, and I don't want him staying at my house in my room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got to get him a hotel. We got to get him some gas. That's not even much money, right? And I was like, and I'll make sure that your friend is shown as a sponsor for this documentary. Now, after this person gave me the money, they said in a text, don't let me down. Instead of being assumptive, I just simply asked, what do you mean?
Right.
I want to know what the fuck he gonna say.
Right.
And even if he listening to this right now, because I'm not gonna name drop, he gonna know it's him. It made me wonder, we supposed to be friends. We supposed to be cool. You somebody who I believes in me.
Right.
And that and I don't believe that you're asking your white friends, don't let me down, or you know what I'm saying? When you give, come on, man, like how? And then I'd ask, how could I let you down? what did you mean by that? Instead of just letting my mind run on a tangent. And they were like, well, I want to see what they're going to come up with. And was it going to be something legit I could agree with? Or was this person possibly working through a struggle with stereotypes that maybe I could help them with? Because I don't get upset when I see shit that other people may say is bullshit, because it is bullshit. I am that person, though, to step up and say, I'm going to help you through your bullshit. I'm going to help you build back that trust. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody else ain't going to have time for that shit. But if you're actually trying and you really want to help Black businesses, and you do have some walls you got to learn to let down, then somebody's going to have to try with you. Somebody's going to have to help you build that good bridge. And I'm not scared to be that person. I'm just not going to allow myself to be tokenized. Nobody's allowed to tell me what the fuck I'm going to say.
I feel like you're making a lot of sense, because I think that if you lead your organization with integrity, number one, and you know that you've done everything, like you said, quote unquote, Becky has done, you know, why don't I deserve that same respect as far as your support and your financial help with my project as well? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really like, and for me, people say, you know, don't make this shit personal, but unfortunately, racism is personal as fuck. And when my job is diversity activism, that means that my work is personal. This shit is professional, personal services. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is, if you build your business, people always say to separate your emotions from it. But the truth is, my business is completely emotional based. I built my motherfucking business because I was tired of going to events and being the only Black person there and not seeing myself represented. And I was like, you know what? We deserve to have our own shit. Yeah. So I built my whole business because I felt emotional about something. So I'm not about to sit here and act like this shit not tied to me. And that's the luxury of owning my own shit. Can't nobody fire me because I'm passionate about my shit. I don't have to be scared, you know what I'm saying, to express myself at my job. My job is to express my fucking self.
Yes. I love that answer to that question, by the way. Our next question for you is, what's
the weed? Where your weed at?
Me? Girl.
Where yo? I thought we were smoking. I was ready. Where you at, though?
Girl, where did you hear we were smoking tonight? Who told you that?
This is what we do. It's Miss Organ interview. Where's your little weed pipe? We got it. We're new friends. We got a one-time virtual smoke.
First of all, we are going to stay connected after this call, but I didn't know that we were smoking tonight, because if I had known, I would have put something together. But
together.
My next question for you is, what stigmas do we need to break in regards to diversity? Because I see your brand, and you use diversity a lot in your posts as well. And like what you were just saying about the diversity as far as allocating funds to support businesses. So what stigmas do we need to break in regards to diversity?
I think that, one, I want to break a stigma within ourselves as the Black community to start destigmatizing our own brains and stereotyping ourselves and thinking that we not supposed to jump in and do something. As far as being a part of the business, I mean, a lot of Black people that keep starting themselves at the bottom and being like, maybe I need to be a bud tender first. No, the hell you don't. Jump to the top. Like, this shit is an open playing field. Like, you deserve to be a part of this, you know. And we still have a lot of our community, like, everybody thinks, oh, Black people just love weed, but actually, like, our elders, you can't take no weed to your grandma's house. Like, it's a problem. Like, we still have to work on our church people, like, everything. We still feel like we're criminals. Like, if I tried to sell you a bag of weed right now, I'd be like, don't say that. Like, these white folks is out here selling thousands of pounds, millions of pounds, don't give a fuck, making money, and we would feel like criminals for me just trying to sell you an eighth or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
absolutely right.
And that's weird, you know. So I think that, like, feeling good, like feeling okay with being a part of the industry just within ourselves. Like, it's cool. You're allowed, you deserve to be a part of this. You and your kids deserve to reap the benefits from the cannabis industry. Like, don't be scared to teach your kids and educate them. Don't be scared to educate your mom and your grandma. Don't be scared to, talk to your pastor. Like, stop feeling like a criminal inside yourself.
Yes.
That would be the number one thing I would say, because then it's like a gate is open in your mind, and it's like, then we can let all that innovative shit just flow and take over shit. It's like, but you got to open that gate first so you can run into the field. So people closing themselves back or still making criminal ass moves instead of figuring out how to get their medical card, how to do things legally so they can be a part of this shit legally and profit legally the way that they deserve to.
Girl, you spitting. You're really spitting. All of that.
It's the weed.
A lot of sense, because I feel like there is a lot of room at the top, even though they will have us to believe that it's not, Yeah,
it's a lot. It's an open playing field right now. It's brand new. It's going to be brand new for the next 5 years. And everything is changing every day. So anybody that think they doing some shit may not be doing some shit, because they flipping rule switches, lights on and off. This is a new policy. This is a new regulation. It's and then you got people out there fighting for legislative to get some of those rules changed, and they're gonna win. So as soon as you think you got it, the rule changers are gonna switch shit up, and we are gonna get those tables turned, and it is gonna be more fair for Blacks and Indigenous people. Yeah, it's coming.
I love that. I love that answer to that question. I wanted to say thank you to everyone that has joined Bliss Talk tonight. I have the lovely Miss Oregon with me on my live, entrepreneur, philanthropist. We just talked about what she thought was one of her barriers and something that it was hard to find on her journey. She talked about money, and she talked about speaking up for herself in regards to finding those allocated funds to go towards her endeavors. And she also talked about the stigma of, we see a lot of people out here getting locked up for something that people are making a lot of money off of right now. It's a $1 billion industry right now. And so, yeah, we got to cut that. We have to find a way to break that stigma. My next question for you is, what concept is most valuable when trying to gain support from others?
I would say that depends on your market. So I definitely think that having a target market, you're going to build your concepts based on that. Like, if your target market is older people, your organization, your presentation and your concepts, because again, I'm an event planner. So I think what would I do? What I'm going to do is going to be based on the audience I'm trying to have at my event.
Right.
Do you have a more specific way to ask me that question? Because my mind's that could mean so many things.
Are you a businessman?
And it goes straight to partying automatically, off top. I'm if you want me to talk about just parties and shit, I got you. Do you have something more specific? Because I'm going to go to parties.
Maybe I can give you an example. I know that on my journey, I've learned that integrity has helped a lot as a value in order to get other people to support you, because people are not going to support you if they think you're lying, And I think that with your story, what you just told me, I think is beautiful. You're literally a voice for people who have that stigma put on them. But not only are you, a voice for that, but you're also creating a business out of it, Instead of you being put in or locked up for something that people are making millions of dollars off of, you're actually out here.
Yeah, I want to get back to selling weed. I don't sell weed right now, but I do want to get back to selling weed, and I want to help a lot of people sell a lot of weed. I do plan on that. So I know what you're looking for now by, concept that I use for support. So just in general, getting my message out there and things like that.
Right.
I've never actually taken the time to think about a concept, honestly, because everything started is I just wanted to throw parties that everybody could go to. So it was just really simple, and I started them in my backyard, and I bought the food on my food stamp card, and I come for free. And then like when I would use a place or something in order to be able to pay for it, then I would maybe charge $5 or something like that for people to come, so I could be able to try to pay the money back, because I know damn well I didn't have the money to pay for that type thing. So you know, and then that's what I did. And I think that building authentic environments that allow people to feel comfortable with people that they normally wouldn't hang out with. If that was the concept, that would be the concept, because there's so many people here, and our city's like known for being diverse, but it's not. So creating an atmosphere of actual diversity and like pulling people outside of their normal social boxes and getting them to hang out with people they normally would not hang out with.
Yeah.
Like I definitely said that. I mean, I think maybe that's intriguing people. Like, let's go see what we can get into over in Ms. Oregon backyard. Yeah. So it's like, you never know. And I've hooked up a lot of people and plugged a lot of people with each other. A lot of gives businesses a chance to show off their brand to audiences that maybe their brand wouldn't be exposed to before, you know? And so it's a lot of cross marketing, socially, business-wise, like that. And,
you're so freaking smart. I'm so proud of you. Like you, it sounds like you
stop putting people in a box. Like you can't put people in a box.
Yeah, I feel like you have a good grasp on how to market, and you have like a good business mind as well. But did you go to school for business, or?
No, I went to school for sociology and marketing, which is kind of relative to what I do. I dropped out though. I didn't want to pay the money.
Well, that's okay, because a lot of people, I know they start businesses and they get really smart because they talk to people. They talk to a lot of people.
I had kids. It just got to be too much.
Yeah.
I was a new mom and a new wife at the same time, and working, and it was just too much. So I was like, I'm not. I was like, fuck it. I was like,
the word is
I got through a couple years, but I didn't finish. So
it's okay. You're out here.
Everything that I started, I've just had to do from scratch, and I make my kids work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you have a good business acumen. What I mean by that is you know the terminologies you're actually doing. You're working through the process, you're living it, as far as building your brand and things of that nature. My next question for you is, what concept is, sorry, I just asked that question, hold on. What are some major milestones that you have behind you at this stage in your journey?
For me, getting my kids' names on my business, for me, that's a big one, because I'm trying to break like this poverty that's been like stricken in my family. And so like, making sure that they're going to be taken care of and starting something that I can leave for them to have, I think is like the biggest milestone. I wanted to do that, and I did it, and I actually did it. So I'm like, shit, okay, cool. They gonna be cool, like, whew. Because I was like, how I'm gonna make sure all three is gonna be good, Like I'm like, man, you just heard me say I started my business throwing parties off my food stamp card. Like, I'm like, man, this shit crazy out here. So breaking cycles is everything.
Cycles is everything.
And I'm telling you,
so great, like that you are already thinking of that, passing it on, because you look very young. I don't know how old you are, but you look super young. Like you're like,
I'm 36.
Yeah, what? You're 36.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, like that one would be a personal milestone, and then a work milestone. My convention made it to Forbes.
What?
That's fucking dope. I was pretty excited to. It's on my page somewhere. I was pretty excited to show my mom that.
You go, girl.
My mom freaked out and shit. I was like, it don't mean I got no money. I was like, but they see a nigga though. It's like, y'all, they notice the hard work. I'm pretty sure I'm the first Black woman in U.S. history to ever create a national convention with no money.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh, that's a bar. That needs to go in your.
I might be the first one to make it to Forbes with that same shit. I might be the first Section 8 participant in Forbes.
Hey.
I'm still on Section 8. I'm trying to get kicked off. I'm trying to get to the dollars. So, I really want to inspire people to use the cannabis industry to lift themselves up and come from off poverty and use that shit to break cycles in their family and start real wealth for themselves. And I've got so much support. Like my people with my housing, they know what I'm doing because I work with my city. I work right with them. And they're like so uplifting and supportive and helping me be able to get off all this shit. I should be getting kicked off soon. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait. And it really lets you know, like a poverty home, like my size house, like you got to be making basically over $50,000 a year to be not considered in poverty. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to be able to say that I'm making that on my own in my own business, just me and my kids working, like doing our thing. Like we're able to completely be self-sufficient off our shit.
Right.
And that's what we working towards. Yes, and I am trusting the process, and it's tough.
I have a question that wasn't on my list, but now that we're talking about it, I wanted to make a comment about the photos that I saw on your Instagram. It looks like you had, can you hear me?
Yeah, it just changed.
Okay. So I was saying that I wanted to make a comment about some of the posts that I saw on your Instagram where you have it looks like the community is there. You're on the podium. You look so powerful in those pictures. And some of the captions were talking about breaking the stigmas as well. And so now that we're talking about it, it makes so much more sense. The visual that I saw before I got to talk to you, does that make sense? I'm flattered. Yeah. It makes so much more sense now that you're telling me a little bit about the background of the organizations. My next question that I had for you was, can we discuss culture and Black intelligence? Because you had a post that really...
I know which one you're going to say.
Yeah, it hit home.
It's how I got my name, Miss Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, okay, they said that I talk white.
Let's talk about it.
Actually, so my name is Takara, and a lot of people, when I moved to Atlanta, I'm from Portland, Oregon, born and raised. When I moved to Atlanta, everybody just started calling me Oregon and Miss Oregon.
I can't hear you now. Your sound changed.
I know. I told you the sound changed. Maybe I should call back in. Because somebody called me, and I think that
maybe
everything.
Okay, that's fine. Come out and come back in. I'm going to do a recap while I wait on you.
Okay.
So, been talking to Miss Oregon. I'm literally I had chills at some of the things that she was saying because it makes so much more sense. She's getting on podiums, speaking to the community about how she is breaking the stigma. And sometimes breaking the stigmas means talking about it, getting the audience and letting them know, giving them real facts, real truth about what's going on. Hey.
I don't know why my camera just starts out with everybody in my business like that.
It's okay. I'm glad you're back because I did want to talk about this. This is our last question, by the way. This has been so awesome. I really appreciate you joining my live, Ms. Organ. I want you, like I said, discuss the culture, Black intelligence. You said your name. That's how you got your name. So let's talk about it.
Oh yeah. Everybody just started calling me down in Atlanta. Everyone started calling me Oregon or Miss Oregon. They'd be like, hey, Miss Oregon. Hey, Oregon. Hey, Miss Oregon. Like, that's all they were saying. I'll be like, why y'all do that? And it's like, cause you sound like a white girl. Like, yeah. I was like, I sound like an Oregonian. I was like, this is what everybody in Oregon sound like. And it just stuck. And I was down there in 2011. So I've been getting called Miss Oregon for a long time. Like, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of my feed, like, you can see my first little post. I was doing celebrity personal assisting, and that's what people called me. I went by Takara though, but now I don't, because it's confusing to people to have so many names, and I have 2 different last names because I used to be married and shit like that. So I'm like, I'll try to stick with a stage name because I also hate to mess up my name.
So that was kind of your way of
it. No one ever says Takara. Everybody says my name wrong or some other way. Like, no, like,
your name is Takara?
Yeah.
Is it spelled like with Cara in it?
Yeah, it's Tacarra. But I just, when it comes to like work, I'm just like, I'll just use my stage name, like Ice Cube or Snoop Dogg type shit. You know, I'm just like, don't worry about my name. And I only get like really privileged people that feel like they have to know my name, and then, you know, they feel crunchy as fuck when I'm like, please don't allow your privilege to make you feel like you get to call me my name. I'm working to build my brand, and I'm working to build my speaking presence. And that's my stage name that I'm working to build. And respectfully, you're going to call me what the fuck I introduced myself as. Thank you very much. Like, it's really annoying. My state is 1.8% African American. So like, I'm constantly like around people that just feel a lot about what they think I should be doing. Because I never hear people telling you what you should do.
I really wanted to talk about why it's damaging to say that to someone, you know?
That you sound white.
Yeah, that's damaging. Like, before we got online, I was like, and not only is like there's racist backtones behind that comment that people make, but also like, if I'm intelligent and I'm trying to move or progress, you know, it's damaging because now I'm overthinking the way I sound, the way I talk and communicate to people, you know? And so that's why I wanted to
perpetuate the lie that only white people are intelligent. Or that only white people say their full words. Like, that's not true. You know, it depends on how you were educated. That's just what it is. Like, it depends on the educational system that you were put in, who your motherfucking teachers were, is how you gonna wind up coming out, you know what I'm saying, talking and stuff like that. Your parents, your home. It's a cultural background, not a racial background on how you talk. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like, if you're all from the same neighborhood, you and the people from that school got the same slang, like, it winds up being like a part of your culture, your environment. The culture from your environment, not the culture from your race.
Right.
That's not necessarily what people's speech is based off of, and there's a stereotype that there's a racial tone to blackness, when actually, like, I think that everybody's shit is different. Like, you talk how you talk.
We're not monolithic.
You talk how you talk, and people tell me I sound white. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. I don't know what that means to you, but I'm like, I sound like me. And if you're, I like to let people feel crunchy sometimes. So I ask them shit like, what does that mean to you?
Right.
And then I just look at them, you know what I'm saying? And when they say shit like, you're so well spoken, are you saying that African Americans are not well spoken? Can I ask you one more time, what does that mean to you?
Right.
Because I was raised with a black family, a black mother. My mama, everybody say my voice sound like my mom. I sound like my mama. I don't sound like a black or white. I sound like my motherfucking mom, and it haunts me every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know about that shit. Right. I sound like the person who had the belt. Yeah. Sit up, speak right. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Shit.
Miss Oregon, I'm so glad I had the pleasure of speaking with you today. You cracked me up. You let me in on some real shit.
Desiree,
I feel, let's stay in touch. Before I let you go tonight, I want you to go ahead and give your social media information just in case somebody runs across this Bliss Talk and they can look you up and get some more inspiration from you by following you. And if you have a website, name all the websites. And in the meantime, between time, if anybody has a question for me or Miss Oregon, please type it in there while she's giving off her social media information.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you.
No, thank you.
And my social media is Miss Oregon with no I, just MSS_Oregon. That's where you can find me everywhere with that. And my website, they're all under construction, but you can find information about this year's convention that just passed on diversifycannabis.org. And that's DIVERSIFY and then cannabis. So diversifycannabis.org. And then also Diversify Portland is a local website which highlights and showcases the different classes or events that we're going to be doing here in Portland on a regular basis. Once we're allowed to have events with more than 25 people, because I can't have my friends fighting over parties like that. So just keep up and keep an eye out and keep supporting. And y'all make sure to get registered to vote. If you didn't register, if you ain't registered, register. That's my little right. Hey, register to vote, man. We gotta get black people in office everywhere.
Yes, say that. So you guys can also find me, cbliss_pics. That's my Instagram if you want to give me a follow. I do these talks at 7 p.m. every weekday where I get to talk
Eastern
to
time.
Never talked to before. 7 p.m. Eastern time, right? And I get to pick their brains, and it's 30-minute inspiring conversations. If you guys want to take a look at some of the past conversations I've had, visit my website, blisstalkshow.life. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you. And I'll be hitting you up and all that good stuff. We got to connect again.
Sure. Hit me up. Thank you.
Bye, guys.